Totally original Let's Play. Oh gosh. Okay. So the first thing that you're gonna want to do on round one, of course, is knife all the zombies, because as we learned, maximizing points is super important. So you don't want to use the shotgun, otherwise, or because you're not going to get the most amount of points out of it. Now you may be lucky enough to get a double points earlier than I did. It actually took me quite a while to get a double points, but you know, you're gonna get one at some point. But just to go over it again, some really important things to have. Level 3 upgraded on your knife in your skills section. Your shotgun, I was changing my aim assist. Having your shotgun skill leveled up all the way is also really useful here. Having your gallow leveled up all the way is also really useful, and specifically equipping the final barrel attachment is super important for maximizing damage. Having Jug leveled up to level 3, and then having Quick Revive leveled up to at least level 2. Ether Shroud leveled up to at least level 2 as well. And then also having the first level of Speed Cola is really useful as well. So for these first couple rounds, we're not doing anything specific. We're just killing the zombies, although I am going to go open this door. Because we just want to, we want to get to Pack-a-Punch as fast as possible. We're not dicking around. We're not, gonna sit and spawn until round 8 or whatever, because we want to make sure that we get there as fast as possible. Make sure that you grab any points you can get your hands on, so that loose change is obviously really important. I'm going to get the loose change on the Jug machine as well, and we're not going to buy Jug because... number one, we don't have enough points, and number two, we're going to get it for free, because again, getting points is really important, as many points as you can get. So I don't have enough points to open the next door, so we're just going to kill zombies again, and we're going to do this until about round 5. So there's not really anything specific that's going to happen during this time, so once something interesting happens, I will head back in and tell you what's going on.
Another zombie KIA.
Welcome to Project N Station. The doors don't normally behave like this. I take no pleasure in revisiting this wretched place. I heard rumors of the research that transpired after my departure towards Holla, a gateway to hell.
Looks like Omega Group decided to pick up where the Nazis left off. We should get the power on.
That's enough out of you.
So it's the end of round 4. I just got the loose change from the Speed Cola machine. I killed that zombie because I know that I'm going to need enough points, or I'm going to need more points to open the power door. I'm just going to hang out in here. It should be nice fast spawns.
One dead hostile elect. Some say life's a bitch.
We're going to need about 7,000 when we pack a punch, because we're going to need 5,000. Don't grab that. Never grab a nuke unless you can finish the round before you grab a nuke, because we're going to need every single, like opportunity we can get in order to do Easter egg steps. So this was the last zombie. I didn't realize that. But so like that, I grabbed the nuke because I had ended the round, got myself some extra points. We're going to open up power, and then I'm going to turn this on. After that, I'm just going to go until the end of round 6, and I'm going to hold a zombie. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I don't want to be trying to go get Pack-a-Punch turned on while I've got a round going. And then once I get the Pack-a-Punch turned on, we're going to do the Coffin Dance Easter egg so that we can get Jug. And then we're going to get a second weapon, but I'm not going to end up using it. I will come back when something important happens again.
This is what Omega Group was interested in.
You got your comeuppance. I will happily cut you all.
Strike team, do you read me?
Now, this is really important. Make sure that you go get this fuse right there before you go into the tunnel or into the ether tunnel to get the Pack-a-Punch part. It's really easy to do that here, and you don't want to miss it because you want to be as efficient as possible. I happen to have this ether tunnel instead of the one that was over there. If you have the one that's over there, then you can just grab that fuse and then go down the tunnel. But if you have the one over here, make sure you grab the fuse before you head over to the swamp to do that. I'm also going to grab the loose change here at Deadshot, just because, again, every point counts. And then we're going to go use the Pack-a-Punch machine. So I've got 6,200 points. That is enough to pack, but I am also going to need enough to equip an ammo mod. And I'm going to grab the loose change here because I had forgotten that. Having said that, though, I don't quite need to pack yet. Instead, we're going to do the Coffin Dance Easter egg. So we're going to shoot the 5 orbs, and then we're going to, when we initiate the Coffin Dance Easter egg, that is actually going to kill the last zombie and flip the round. And it'll be a dog round, so that will give us the opportunity to pack our weapon at the end of the dog round, I believe. And then, of course, we'll get a bunch of salvage from the coffin during this Easter egg as well, which is super useful because you want to make sure that you have level 3 armor going into the boss fight. And you can kill this zombie right before you go in if you want. It's going to kill him anyways, so might as well get the extra points. I didn't because I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so now that the Coffin Dance Easter egg is done, we're going to pick everything up. I happen to get a really high damage weapon, but it unfortunately is a sniper rifle, so make sure you don't go down here from the dogs, because that would just be a waste. If you do go down there, just fucking restart, because there's no point in wasting, you know, this is like 10 minutes of time wasted, so... We're going to pack, and then we're going to install the ammo mod. So pack the Gallo, and then install the Deadwire ammo mod. So now this thing is ready to go for killing elites. Let's see, I wonder how much salvage I have. So I have enough to upgrade the damage tier on the shotgun. Do that. We want to make sure that we have enough salvage to get maximum armor, but I had just enough to do the first 2 tiers on the Gallo as well, which again is important because you're upping the damage. Now it's going to spawn an elite, and we're going to need this elite. What we need to do is the fungus down there. We need to have him shoot at the fungus. It needs to be one of the missiles. Now, I, for some reason, forgot that and split him. If you do that in your game, it's totally a-okay. As you'll see here, you can still get it to work as long as it's the missile one. The missile one needs to be the one that shoots it, as far as I know. So I realized that I needed them, so I'm going to just go ahead and kill the zombies. I'm still knifing them because I can still kill them in one hit because it's round 8, so I might as well get the points. If you're not comfortable doing that, then you can, you can shoot them if you want, but remember, maximizing points is like super important here. And the next thing that I want to buy is Quick Revive. I want to have enough points to buy Quick Revive. And I do have enough points to buy Quick Revive now. But so I'm going to lead them over here, and then I'm going to get them to shoot at this tree. So that's the one that I'm looking at. Yeah, right there. So because Strauss started talking, or whatever character in your game started talking, you can know that was triggered correctly. So now I can kill them just fine. And I'm going to save a zombie at the end of this round.
Undead threat neutralized.
Okay, so now that I've killed both of the elites... having stim shot is really useful, by the way. Now that I've killed both of the elites, I'm going to run to get the... Wonder Weapon. So I remembered that I need to go get Quick Revive, so buying the Quick Revive here is really important, because you want to make sure that you actually are able to heal, and Quick Revive will make sure that you heal fast enough to where you don't have to worry about it. So now I'm going to run back down to where Deadshot is, and I'm going to put the key card in so that I can get the remote control. Okay, so now that I have the remote control, I'm going to head back up to spawn. I almost went the wrong way here, and then I remembered that there's a faster way. The reason I'm going to go back up to spawn is, of course, because now we're going to get the Wonder Weapon, so I'm going to have to flip the round, and then train in spawn and get a train going so that I can move that train into where the Wonder Weapon is. So I'm just going to wait for the zombie here, and I'm going to kill him, and then for round 9, I'm going to train him around. And we shouldn't get a dog round or an elite or anything because we just got those. And that's important because you don't want an elite. A dog round would be useless here, and you don't want an elite, mucking everything up. So this is why it's important to be so efficient at this, because you want to make sure that you're not unnecessarily moving through rounds because, oh no, this thing went wrong and that thing went wrong and whatever. And we're positioning the rounds in a specific way so that we can get exactly what we need when we need it. Okay, so now that I've got the train going, I'm going to move them into Noct so that we can get the Wonder Weapon. It's really important here that you keep them bunched together as much as possible. So you'll see I'm using those advanced training techniques to double back around. I'm going to use the half circle here a little bit to make sure that I'm getting them bunched together. We're going to take a right here, and we're going to move them through here instead of just going left. And we're going to go all the way around this room because, again, we want as many of them to bunch together as possible, and they're getting pretty spread out right now. So we're going to take a right here. We're going to go around this pillar, and then we're going to go back all the way to the wall, around this pillar again, and then moving through. And now I'm going to trigger it and run to the other side of it. Not all of them are going to die. There may be one or two that get through. So just kill them. It's not a big deal. And then we should have more than enough zombies here to get it done. So now I can kill the rest of these. I only need one of them. So you want to be weary about that dead shot. If a dead shot or if it triggers and an enemy starts being electrocuted, and you have the upgrade that will damage other enemies around you, you want to just knife him instantly because you don't want him to kill any other zombie around him while he's being shocked. So we're going to pick up the shockwave, and then there's a couple things that we're going to do here. The first thing is we're going to run out of spawn and over to the swamp so that we can get the first part for the cryo shot. So run up here, make sure the zombie isn't near you when you do this or it'll kill him. Pick up that beaker and go lay it underneath the fungus. So now we're going to make the ether scope. I did do this a little bit out of order, in the sense that I could go get the canister down there right now, but I opted not to. It's not a big deal. I do it later, but if you want to do that in your game right now, go ahead. So we're going to trigger that portal. Now the ether scope, remember, each portal corresponds to a different part of the ether scope. So I'm going down, I didn't remember exactly which ones corresponded to which, so I'm going down and checking this first. It's not there, so I'm going to run, it must be down in spawn. For that portal, it is down in spawn, so we're going to run down there, and we should be able to get this done in one go. So once we pick that up, it's going to spawn in a bunch of dogs. You're going to want to kill those dogs, but make sure that, again, make sure that the shock isn't going to kill your zombie, or that the gas isn't going to kill your zombie. So while I'm here, I'm going to run right back up to the crash site, and I'm going to see if the next part has spawned up there. And it has, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And then I'm going to kill these dogs. I'm not going to kill all of them, though. And I want to leave a dog at the end. Once I pick up the last part, it'll shoot me out of the dark ether, and I want to leave a dog because I'm going to need one of those dogs. So the last part is going to be down here. So I'm just going to pick that up. Alrighty, and now it's going to shoot me out of the dark ether. And now I've got some dogs, and I think I've got the zombie still as well. I'm going to kill all of the dogs except for one. Oh, actually, you know what? It looks like my zombie already died. So it's not moving around. I haven't tested this, but it's not moving around because I've still got dogs left. I can't guarantee that that's going to be the same in your game because I haven't tried that multiple times. So if you want to keep the zombie, then go ahead and keep the zombie. But you want to keep at least one of these dogs. So I'm going to build the ether scope, pick that up, and then we need to run back over to the speed cola room, and we need to do the ghost step. I'm also going to upgrade my damage on my gun there.
You'll have to shut down the atom smasher.
So this portal spawns in. Once we use this portal, we're going to run over to the computer to the left. And then we're going to, there's going to be a book that spawns.
Anomaly detected.
So that book, you want to pick that up, and then you want to go jump down over the railing, go into this corner and use this, and then give him the book. So you're going to have to hold square twice there, and you're going to have to do that for each of these ghosts. We're going to run back up, and then right over here near the trial machine, and we're going to do it again. Now keep in mind, your friend is going to spawn here. Yeah, there he is. And you cannot kill him. You can make him go away, but he'll just come back. So then we're going to run down here. There is a ghost right there, but that one's irrelevant. I was just getting that because why not? And then this is the third ghost that you need. So now, here's the thing. You can't do anything really else here, so we're just gonna sit here. It's important to sit next to the ghost, and you'll see here in a second why, because once you leave this area, like the immediate area around the ghost, the dog and the megaton that spawned in are going to come after you, but they won't do it as long as you're in this area. So he goes down, see, and then he just jumps right back up because he doesn't care about me. So once you leave this area, he will care about you, and they will come after you. So you might as well just sit here and wait. I was impatient and decided to run back up and wait next to the computer, because that's the next part that we're going to need to do. So yeah, see, now they're coming after me. It's going to shoot me out of the dark ether, and that's going to make that megaton despawn. And then we can enter the password.
Password received. Initializing the Veshka. Warning. Initialization interrupted. Power required.
So now that we've done that step, the next thing to do is to upgrade or get the 4 elemental upgrades for the shockwave. So it's spawned in 2 different portals, and we're going to use those portals. But before we do, we're going to go back and grab that canister that I forgot. So yeah, that's the portal down there. I'm going to pick up the flask while I'm here. And then we're going to head up and get the canister. Now, you want to do this. This is going to be tricky if you do it the way that I'm doing it. If you got the canister before, the last time that we held a zombie, then, you don't need to do this part. But you want to make sure you don't kill the dog by doing this. So don't shoot the shockwave, just suck. Use the alternate fire on it. So now that we've got the canister and we've got the dog, we're going to head back over to the swamp, and we're going to use that portal, and that specific portal is tied to the fire upgrade. So that is going to spawn the laser machine over by Deadshot. So we're going to run straight towards Deadshot with both the canister and the dog and the fuse. Those are the 3 things that we need. And again, I'm not going to buy the door because that's a waste of points and I've got plenty of time. The reason that we need to do this quickly, though, is because we don't want that dog to despawn. So you want to make sure that the dog doesn't end up just randomly dying. So we're going to head over here. I'm going to use the fuse, and then I'm going to run over here, and I'm going to lay the canister down. Now, I'm going to wait until it shoots me out of the dark ether, just because I don't want anything to get fucked up, and I also don't want to worry about the megaton right now. So every time you go into the dark ether from this point forward, he will spawn. So now we want to run over to this canister, and we want to shoot this dog right in front of the canister, and it's going to suck that up. And then we want to pick up the canister once it's done. Alrighty, so now we have 3, basically we have 3 out of 4 of the elemental upgrades done already. So the beaker is, all we have to do is pour that on the case for the cryo one. The fuse, we got that, so now all we have to do is open the case for the fire one, and then we have the canister done, and that canister, all we have to do is place it on the box for the Nova 5 one. So that means the next one that we need to do is the shock one. So we're going to go through this round again, and we're going to save a zombie at the end.
To the morgue with you. Do I look tired? Let this be a warning to the
Alrighty, so there's the last zombie. So here are the spots. There's one right here. And there's one down here by the in the swamp. It is right there. And then the next one is up at spawn, above spawn, next to the Wonder Fizz machine.
It is troubling, Weaver. Omega Group coming.
So I'm going to buy stamina up because that's going to be really important for getting this done in one go. If you don't get this done in one go and it shoots you out of the Dark Ether before you're done, then you are going to have to move the round and kill more zombies until the portal shows up again. So that's what makes the portal re-show up, is killing enough zombies. You don't have to do it near the portal, you just have to kill enough zombies somewhere in the map. So we're going to use this, and then we're immediately going to start running the second that it triggers, because we don't want to waste any time. You'll see just how constrained this is, and how perfect you have to be. That's why we got stamina, because that's really going to help. So we're going to head up and we're going to grab the first one here, right outside in the crash site. Alrighty, and then we're going to run that back. We're just going to ignore him. He doesn't get in the way very often. And now if you think that you're going to go down, if you get into a dicey situation, maybe he blocks your path or something, then it's better to just not, go down and then move the round and have to do it again, than it is to go down. Because you can still, there's really not, there's room for error. It's not that big of a deal that you get this done in one shot. You just want to have everything done pretty much by round 14. That's when you want to get into the boss fight. So going in, on round 15 or 16, probably not a big deal. Going in on round 17, 18, 19, that is not a good idea. It can be done, it's just going to be a lot more difficult, and you're going to have to pack a punch your gun, more than you would normally have to. So, see, he didn't even block me there. It's pretty easy to run past him. So now I've got the second one. And then the third one is up near the Wonder Fizz machine on the top of Noct. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire this guy, and then I want to make sure that the light lit up. And then we're going to run this way instead of the way that we've been running. We're going to run back up to spawn. Now we're going to have just enough time to suck up the last crystal juice or whatever, crystal aura. But we're not going to have enough time to run it back. In fact, you'll see right as I get up here, it starts to shoot me out. So I got it just in time. So that's how, perfect you have to be. So now we're going to run back down, and we're going to get the last elemental upgrade for the shockwave, and then we're going to move on to the next step. Alrighty, so we're going to pick up that upgrade, and then we're going to run it back over. Now we need to fire each upgrade at each of the little prongs here. So there's the electric one. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab the cryo one. Now the thing to keep in mind is you don't want to accidentally kill the zombie. So you don't want the zombie to be too close to you when you're firing these things. So I'm going to wait for him to climb up here, and then I'm going to jump down, and I accidentally shot it at the wrong one. Yeah, and he was too close to me, and I didn't want to chance it, so I'm going to run him back up again, and then I'm going to head down, and it's this one right here, yeah. So there's that one, and again, you have to, on both the cryo one and the shock one, you have to hold the button down a little bit. And then we're going to go pick up the fire one. That's, I don't know why I'm headed over here. And then that's down at the truck, so gonna climb on top of the truck and pick that up. Once the box starts to open, you can just start running away, because it'll do it anyways. You don't have to sit there and wait for the animation to play out. So now we're gonna shoot this one. Doop. Alrighty, and then we're going to go back up and we're going to grab the Nova 5 one. Now, the reason that we're doing the Nova 5 one last is because that's the one that we're going to stick with, so we might as well just do it last so that we don't have to change it. Now, this, you have to place the canister on top of the tank, or on top of the box, and then you have to shoot it. Now, I ran up and tried to do it, thought that it worked, and then realized, never mind, it didn't work, so I had to run back over and grab it again. And now we're going to run back down, and we're going to shoot the last one. So now we've done all 4 of them. You don't really need to use the Nova 5 right now, but we're going to need to do the wrench golden ball step before we can split the megatons. So we're going to keep this zombie, stay on this round. It spawns this portal in. We're going to use that portal, and then we're going to immediately run back up to where that red box is on the wall here. And then we're going to use that astral reflection. And then, again, there's still a zombie, and then the megaton is going to spawn in, the red one. But they're going to ignore you as long as you're hanging out in this area. So you're going to want to wait until this plays out, but don't leave this area because we don't need to go do anything. And we just don't want to have to worry about trying to run around the megaton and possibly going down. Alright, so now it's going to shoot us out, and there's going to be a wrench on the ground. So pick that wrench up, and then we're going to head back to spawn. Now we need to hold square on this tank here 3 different times to knock on it 3 times. Zombie's going to spawn, you want to kill the zombie, and then you want to throw an explosive at that tank, and then it's going to fire that off. You want to make sure that you don't kill your zombie with that explosive, by the way, the one that's following you around. So we're going to run back up to the crash site, and this is why it's really important to have stamina up, because we're going to pick up this golden ball. It's going to spawn in a bunch of dogs, and we need to move it to that red box where we saw the astral reflections. So this can be a little bit dicey if you're not super comfortable with it, and you're going to, there's like 6 or 7 dogs that are chasing you right now. So, but as long as you keep moving, if you have stamina up, it's really easy. As long as you keep moving, you're going to place that and then immediately just jump across that to get out of harm's way. We're gonna kill all these dogs.
Well, we got plenty of subjects. Ideas?
This entire idea is already beyond the pale. I wouldn't even know where to begin with a recommendation.
Alrighty, so we're gonna kill the zombie to move the round. Well, I guess it spawned in a second zombie for some reason, because we're gonna need a megaton now. Now I believe it spawns in a megaton at this round. Yeah, so there's the megaton. So we need to get it down to one zombie, and we need to split that megaton. Again, make sure that you don't go down here, so you want to be safe about it. I'm running really large, rings whenever something gets a little dicey, whenever I start to take damage. Having quick revive here really helps because you're going to be healing a lot faster. This is why you want to have level 2 quick revive. And then also having stamina up here makes this a lot easier as well. So I'm going to go ahead and split him. And there's a couple zombies left, so I'm going to take them out. And then I've got the split megaton and then these two zombies. So I'm going to just head down to the, that, whatever the hell that thing is, that machine in the speed cola room. And I'm going to kill one of the zombies here. You always want to be careful about, if you have two zombies left, you always want to be careful about killing one of them. See? So right there, I should have knifed him. And the fact that I didn't, I was really lucky there that he didn't kill the other zombie. I would have had to have moved the round forward again and waited until there was one zombie left and yada yada yada. So if that happens to you and you have that electric, thing happening and it's gonna damage the zombies around it, you just want to knife him and get him over with. So we're gonna lead the two halves over into that container. I've already done one of them, I believe. Yeah, so you just need to get those two halves right underneath the container. Alrighty, and then we're gonna go ahead and use the computer here. Start the purification process, and then it's going to it's going to fuse those two halves together back into one.
Subject has broken containment.
Well, I suppose we shouldn't be surprised by that.
Alrighty, so now it's going to spawn in a bunch of dogs. And we're going to want to get the fuck out of here because we don't want to deal with all that shit in that small room. And we're going to head back up to the crash site, and we're almost done. And we're going to get it down to one zombie again. So now that I've got one zombie left, there's a couple things that we need to do before we get into the boss fight. So number one, you'll notice that it's all dark in here now. So you probably want to stay out of this room because it makes it a lot more difficult to move around in when it's this dark. But we're gonna go initiate the portal up and spawn. This is, I mean, you don't necessarily need to do this right now because it doesn't change anything. But this is the last technical step before we actually can trigger the boss fight. So I went up too far. So there's a portal right here in Noct. You want to trigger that, and then I was just going over here to grab that second cassette tape. And then right over here, there's another astral reflection. And then again, same thing here. The red megaton spawns in here, and then you've got that zombie following you. When you're next to this ghost, they will ignore you. So you can just listen to him. You don't have to worry about trying to maneuver your way around the megaton and potentially going down.
When it is reactivated, I do not know what will happen. That information is considered very much above my rank, but considering the precautions the others now take, I must face the possibility that I may never see you again. I hope this is not true. I hope that nothing will change, that the world will stay as it is. But I fear I am opening a box that cannot be closed. I will see you both again.
Alrighty, now that he's done, it will spawn a photo where he was, and don't pick that up. So that photo right there, that is going to spawn you in the boss fight. So before we go into the boss fight, there's a couple things that we're going to need. Number one, we're going to need Speed Cola. So we've already got 3 out of our 4 necessary perks. We've got Quick Revive, Jug, and Stamina Up. We're really going to need Speed Cola for the reload speed, and then most importantly, and this is why it's important to have level 1 on your Speed Cola, is we want to be able to swap weapons faster because we're going to be using both our shotgun and the Shockwave, the Nova 5 Shockwave in the boss fight, and we're going to be switching back and forth between them. The second thing that we're going to need is we're going to need to pack a punch our shotgun a second time. We don't need to do triple pack, we just need to do it a second time. And then we're also going to get ourselves level 3 armor. I didn't have enough salvage to do the next upgrade on the damage tier for the shotgun. That's not super important, but those are the things that we're going to need. So we're only going to move the round to the end of round 14. That'll give me just enough points and just enough salvage to get everything that I just listed. The other things that you're going to want to have is definitely stim shots, and then you're also definitely going to want to have C4, because those will also be really useful in the boss fight. Alrighty. So now, this is this is basically the end. So I grabbed Speed Cola. So I'm gonna go upgrade my armor all the way. And I didn't have enough for the damage tier on the gun, but that's fine. And then I'm gonna pack a punch the gun again. And I've got that, and I've got my Nova 5 Shockwave, everything that I really need. I don't have enough points for another perk, but if you do have enough points for another perk, then you can, get another perk. Really doesn't matter which one you get. I wouldn't say that any of them are much more important than the other ones. But now, we're going to head into the boss fight. So you just want to pick up that photo. So the most important thing here is that you can't leave this room, so you have to train around in here. And we're going to use the top level, that catwalk around the area to train. And then we're also going to have to protect him. So there's going to be 3 different spots that he's going to go to. Now this is not timed, meaning that you can, if you're trying to protect him and then he starts getting overwhelmed by zombies, he's just going to sit there. He's not going to do anything, and it's not going to fail you. You're not going to lose or die or anything. So if things start getting dicey, then just ignore him and make sure that you stay safe. That's priority number 1. Do not stand next to him. You want to stay far away from him because that's where the zombies are going to be going to. I believe it can hold, or it can have 3 or 4 zombies on him at one time. If there are no zombies on him, that's where the zombies will gravitate towards. If he has 3 or 4 zombies on him already, then the zombies will ignore him and they will chase after you. It'll also spawn in a bunch of dogs and a bunch of other megatons, as well as the red megaton. So you want to keep all of that in mind. That's why this can be really difficult if you're not paying attention to self-preservation. That should be priority number 1. So we're just going to run rings around this room effectively, and you see that bar in the corner filling up. So it's stopped. That means that he needs protection. So we're just going to launch a Nova 5 over there, and that's going to kill all of the zombies that are currently on him. And then he is immediately going to start working on the computer again. So that's why it was really important that we had the Nova 5 one instead of any of the other ones. I know a lot of people like using the Shock one. I just don't think it's as useful as the Nova 5 here. If you need more Nova 5 ammo, you can suck other enemies.
I think we've seen him off this time.
So I got into a pickle there. That was a bad idea. I shouldn't have gone down there. I should have just stayed on that ring. You don't want to head out or head down and try to protect him. You just want to stay up here on the catwalk and keep moving around. So he's moved to the second location, and now, again, zombies are just going to come at him. This one is probably the easiest one because you don't need to use the shockwave here. You can just, shoot at him a little bit with the shotgun as you run by. Killing the dogs is also really important. If you see a dog, make sure you kill it. Don't leave it to chase you because the dogs will get in your way and they'll muddy everything up. So there's also the armor stand there if you need to buy more armor, although you're probably not going to have very much armor. And then there's also the pack-a-punch machine. If you decided that you wanted to pack-a-punch or something, you're not going to need to, so I would just ignore that. And you'll see I used I don't know why he's stuck there, but I used the shockwave there. I didn't really need to, but there was some armor right there, so I went ahead and grabbed that. And this is why we wanted to have the second pack-a-punched Gallo, because we're doing so much damage to those elites that it doesn't really, or to those megatons, that it doesn't really matter. Like, they're more or less irrelevant. But we do want to watch out for the red one, because he, like I said, you can't kill him, so. Alrighty, so he's done with the second one, so now he's going to move on to the third one. The third one is going to be down there. And remember, if you need more ammo, so I ran out of ammo for my shockwave, so if you need more ammo, you can suck up zombies or suck up dogs, like I'm doing here. Priority number one, obviously, again, is self-preservation. You want to make sure that you don't go down, so don't go to get more ammo and then put yourself in a situation where you're gonna go down because of it. That's really the key here, is just not worrying about that. Now I ran down here and shot the zombies. That's probably not a good idea. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but that's also why we have the C4. So you can run down there. If you didn't get C4, like you didn't have the salvage for it, that's not a super big deal, but it will definitely make things a little bit more difficult, and you'll have to spend more time running around sucking up zombie souls for your shockwave.
Enemies down that C4.
So I killed all the zombies that were on him, and he's filling up the bar, and then boom. So that was the third one. That was the final one. It's going to kill everything in the room, and then that door right there is the door that you're going to want to pay attention to, because that's the door that we're going to need to go through. Now what's going to happen, watch this through. So if you you should be doing that really for every single step, but watch this part through and then try to do it, because you really don't want to fuck this part up, because you just did all that work, and it'll go down the drain pretty quick if you're not good at this. So once this door opens, it's going to spawn in all these electric spots on the ground and a bunch of zombies. This is the exact path that you want to take. You have to jump over that thing. Don't go around the side. You want to come turn up the stairs. If you touch any of those, it'll insta-down you. So you do not want to touch any of those things on the ground. So we're going to go do that. We're going to go around this one, and we're going to weave through here, and then into the swamp. Now, this is where the chopper is for exfil, and it's going to take a second once you get here for him to actually come down to the ground. But once he does, you can immediately board it. You don't have to kill all the zombies or anything like that. So at this point, you're just holding out, basically. And then you can, there we go. So then you can board it, and then you're done. You just beat the Easter egg. So, fucking make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, dude.
Good work, strike team. We've closed the breach. But I got a feeling Omega Group is just getting started.